with Shelby Elias from FinanceWithShelby.com, United Wholesale Lending. We got this email from Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Says, OMG, yes, Shelby, I've been using Mint for years. It's a one-stop shop for the overall snapshot of my financial position. Credit score, credit debt, loans, investments, and right on top, it gives you your net worth. Oh. After buying my house 5 years ago, I saw I actually had a positive net worth for the first time ever. It's absolutely motivating to make sure that it keeps growing.
Aww.
So, question for you, Shelby, is Mint very similar to Credit Karma, but a little more in depth? Like you said, it shows your income and what your net worth and everything is?
Mint is more so to help you control your finances. So it's like, how much money are you bringing home every month? And then you log in everything that you're spending. So then you can see like, okay, how much money am I actually left with at the end of the month? Where am I spending my money? And then you can make some tweaks in there, and you can add in. They have a whole bunch of other bells and whistles, but mainly I just tell people to use it to know where their financial position is.
Gotcha. Does it help you out with your credit? It shows your credit score. Does it show you like credit card offers and what you can do to improve your score as well?
No, I don't believe it does that, no.
We got this question, says, what advice do you have for those of us, let's go the other way, trying to sell our house? It's been on the market for almost 3 months now, and the only thing moving on it is its price on the way down.
God.
Yep. So, man, it's tough. So there's no better time to make sure that you have a very educated and very good real estate agent that has your back, because pricing your property appropriately up front is everything. You have to come out of the gates with a really strong price and a very good product. So just, simply putting up your house for sale and what you think might look okay, you really have to analyze the other inventory that's on the market currently, where they're priced, and you have to price your house aggressively enough to where that's the one that's going to sell, because there's only so many buyers out there. So you got to make sure that yours is the best price and the best looking home. So pricing is very important. If you already had it listed, maybe what I would recommend is take it off the market, restage it, make it look really good. Make sure that when you put it back on there, the price is where it needs to be. And if you can, you might want to pull it off the market, rent the property. So analyze what your current monthly payment is and what you could rent it for, because it might make sense for you to just hold on to it.
Hello there, Alex. Go ahead. Alex?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I had a question for Shelby. I bought a house with my wife 2 years ago, and we had to pay quite a bit down on it because I wasn't working at the time, and so it was based on her income. We didn't qualify for the whole amount. The house was about $300,000 when we bought it, and we put $50,000 down on it. We did a lot of renovations to it. We put new flooring in it, new carpet upstairs, matching flooring downstairs, and I'm wondering about wanting to invest in another property, maybe an investment property or a rental or something. Is it smart to try to take out equity out of my house to try to invest in something else? We have a pretty good interest rate. We're locked in at like a 3% interest rate right now, so I didn't really want to mess with that on a refinance or anything. But what would my best option be to try to use some of the equity I have to invest in the future?
So what you'd want to look into is a home equity line of credit. Again, home equity line interest rates are pretty high, but you want to break it down by analyzing how much can I pool and what is the new payment on that debt. And if I reinvested those funds, what is my return on investment? So what is my payment on the new property I'm trying to buy, and how much is the rent that I'm receiving from that? And then also, what's my payment on the debt that I acquired from the home equity line of credit? Once you analyze all three pieces, you'll be able to tell if there's a positive number there. If it's a negative number, then you're going negative. It doesn't make sense. But you got to do your homework to break it all down.
Got this email from Rachel. I will try to ignore the annoying last sentence and let Shelby just help her. Says, my husband and I have owned our home since 2019. There's been one previous owner. Most of the home is carpet. We're thinking of upgrading our flooring to all tile. We're wondering if that would be an investment for when we decide to sell our house later down the road. Our family is giving us pushback for considering this upgrade due to the state of our economy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most people prefer like laminate flooring these days, not necessarily tile. So I would definitely look into that, because the last thing you want to do is take it from carpet to tile and think that that's going to improve the value, and it doesn't. But I mean, cash is king going into times like this. So it might not be the right time to do that if you can't financially support it.
And stop talking to your family about things like that. Okay, then we got this from Macy.
I'm Macy.
Shelby was just talking about managing Airbnbs, but not needing to be the owner of the home. Can he talk more about that and how to get into doing something like that?
Yeah, I post a lot of information about this on my Instagram page, but it's called Airbnb arbitrage. Actually allows you to rent a home from the landlord or from the owner, and then now you're renting it, and you can take that property, furnish it, and put it on Airbnb. So that's one way that you could do it. Or you come up with your own Airbnb management company, and you market towards investors that own rental properties, and you tell them, hey, if you use me for Airbnb, I can help you get it set up. Here are your potential returns, and I take 20% of the profits, and it's still a win-win for both of you guys, but it's a really good plan.
Shelby's endlessly posting stuff on his Instagram page, longer videos, more help, everything he mentions on here. It's Shelby Elias, Elias. Just follow him on Instagram. We all follow each other, so that's another way to get there as well. Hello, Cassandra. Go ahead.
Hi. I was just curious. I tuned in about 15 minutes ago and heard you mention something about 10% for first-time home buyers or just giving it away. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that.
Yeah, this product is called the Equity Builder Program, and it's for first-time home buyers. There is an income restriction. So in this general area of Sacramento, the income restriction is $80,000. So under $80,000 you'd have to make. They give you 10% that you can use for your down payment and closing costs, and it's forgivable if you live in the house for 5 years. So you have to stay there for 5 years, and it's forgivable, but it's a great value. I mean, you can go in and negotiate a really good price on the house. So you go in, negotiate, you say, you know what, I want a new water heater, I want a new roof, I want you to update the kitchen. Now, that would be awesome in itself, but then to parlay that with a 10% down payment for free, now you're looking at a good deal. And again, you're going to take a higher interest rate. The idea with that is, for one, make sure that you can absolutely afford that payment no matter what, and your financial house is in order. But then you can get the opportunity to refinance in the future, and then you're going to be in a really good spot.
Kelly says, question for Shelby, is an all-cash buy on a house a good idea? We may be able to get it for a great price. It does need a lot of work. We would be refinancing our own home for the cash and going in partners with a family member. Just not sure if this is the best idea. Any thoughts?
So you want to analyze, what is your current interest rate on your house right now? Because if you refinance and go to a higher rate, it might not make sense there, because then maybe your house payment goes up, a lot. It all depends on how deep the deal is. So if you're buying a house and it will only qualify all cash, say you're buying it for $300,000, you put $100,000 into it, and now it's worth $600,000. Well, then yeah, it's an absolute no-brainer. If it's just a little bit better deal, I don't know if I would do that, but you can call me directly, and I'd love to walk you through that.
I know you do a lot of partnership work. How much of it's handshake? How much of it's all written, and especially when you get family involved? Just an overview for people that start thinking of this stuff.
Well, so the family part's really tough. That in any type of business, I'm very good at separating business, family, relationships. A lot of people aren't. They're very emotional, so family's the hardest one for sure. So I would make sure that there is a clear written expectation with any family members, because then it takes everything out. It's like, look, this is exactly what we went over. Here it is. So there's no guessing work there. Other partnerships, same thing. It always makes sense to write a very clear expectation of what their job duties are, because, they'll always turn into that element of you're doing more. There's no way that two people can do everything equal no matter what. So you have to really write down what the expectation is, what the goal is, what the duties are. And then at that point, you just refer back to it. And I would definitely encourage that you continue to connect on a weekly basis and say, hey, how are things going? What are we working on right now? And, but I do love partnerships. I have a ton of partnerships. I have partnerships with people that I don't even really know that well. But as long as the expectations are outlined, it works out really good.
So we'll finish where we started. Do you happen to remember, not to put you on the spot because I have the answer, This guy that you met in Austin, do you happen to remember his name? Oh, man. Do you know it if you heard it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew?
Yeah, I was going to say Adam.
Hey, you had the A.
Scott wrote in. Does that look familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It says he sent a picture of Shelby and Andrew and Austin. By the way, I love the on brand Louis Vuitton hoodie that you're wearing. You are so stylish. He says Drew is originally from El Dorado Hills. I introduced him to Rad Radio before his family moved to Utah. So there it is.
That's great.
Full circle.
I love it.
Thanks so much for being here. Anything we forgot before I let you go?
Yeah, I mean, just like he shared that, right? He shared that information with somebody else, and it improved their life. People ask me all the time, hey, Shelby, how can I help you? And, honestly, the thing that you can do is, for one, follow me on Instagram because I'm putting out every single thing that I've learned and teaching you exactly how to do it. But Instagram rewards people that share the info. So if you share the content that I post up, and the faster the better, because the faster that a post gets shared on Instagram or saved or shared with a friend, then it starts to show it to more people. And that's the mission that I'm on. We want to help as many people as possible become financially literate and to make smart decisions. And the only way that we can do that is by sharing. So if you could share, that would mean the world to me. He's
on Instagram at Shelby Elias, Elias for the last name, financewithshelby.com, and from United Wholesale Lending. Thanks a lot for being here. As
Thank
always.
you, guys.